Radio, Mr. Antoine, Nina, the original party girl, and in the building with us now, we have two sisters that I absolutely love to death. One I go back with a couple years, and one I go back to like Crickets and Scully from back in the day. We have Erica Bridgeford and Jakia Jason in the house. Welcome to Baltimore Flava Radio.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome.
And of course, they are here to talk about this big event that we have coming up, citywide event. I'm hoping that it's a citywide event. I'm trying to figure out either whose event I'm going to attend or what I'm going to do for myself for that weekend. But this is the weekend of Baltimore ceasefire. 72 hours of no one killing anyone. Put the guns down, pick up a book, have a cookout.
You got that backwards.
Something, I was looking at it for me.
Oh, you was looking at it?
I was looking at it for me.
Like, that's a dope logo, right?
The logo
Shout
is
out
absolutely
to Scott
amazing.
for making that.
And he did it in a very timely fashion.
Yeah, he did the logo, but also the flyer.
Okay. Shout out to Scar, who wins like graphic artist of the year every year for every award show that he's nominated for. Right. Shout out to them. But yeah, that's definitely dope. And we are fortunate to have the first official flyer, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah, the first
I've already
poster.
decided that I'm gonna make
Right on the back.
a hard copy of it and like put my stick on, and I'll be marching around
Like that.
that whole weekend. Yep, absolutely.
Like that.
Absolutely.
You know, there are T-shirts if you like to just
Absolutely.
have
I
on
plan
your
on getting a
T-shirt.
T-shirt as well. I'm gonna do
You
T-shirts,
You don't
hats.
got to hold
With
your
the
hand might be
T-shirt.
tired.
Right.
No, I'll switch.
Your fingers. Oh, I only got one hand, so I don't know about switching.
We got another comedian in here. They don't even be telling us they funny. They just show up.
But man, when I first saw this being advertised and talked about a couple of weeks ago, I was like, this is something, of course, that's much needed in the city. So I guess basically tell us where the idea came from. I mean, it's kind of obvious when you think about the plight of the city, but
That's exactly right.
you to actually sit down and decide to put this together.
Yeah,
how did that
so
come
the
about?
idea of having a ceasefire in Baltimore is not like, you know, a new idea.
Right.
It's not something that we came up with. It is something that people in Baltimore have been talking about for years and years and years. And just, I'm sure everybody, just like in their travels for years, you know, for me, ever since the 90s, right? You know, when we first experienced the worst murder rate we had ever seen, and now to be in a year where it's worse than that, given how many people live in the city. My son just said out loud to me, "Ma, did you know the murder rate is as bad as it's ever been?" And I was like, I did not know that. And so, you know, so I think the organizing team, I call them the organizing squad, we just literally said, oh, let's just talk to everybody who we've ever known who said, yep, a ceasefire is necessary, and so make it a thing that Baltimore residents are doing, not one particular person or one particular organization. Because if everybody is talking about it,
right,
then we can hit from, you know, the mayor's office to the crack houses, if everybody is talking about it.
And I was going to say, you're really going to have to like go down in the trenches.
That's right.
And talk to, like, this can't be a thing where you're just like down the harbor.
No.
And you know
Your
what I mean?
professional
You gotta,
networks.
you got to literally go down in the trenches and talk to those that are like really living this life.
That's not
day
even
to
shown
day.
on TV.
Right. And really, you know, get them to buy into it, because I mean, it's only 72 hours, but to go through 24 hours, to go through at this point 10 hours, 5 hours,
Yeah.
without any violence in the city.
I
would
read
be
somewhere
major.
that people are getting killed every 19 hours in Baltimore.
That's crazy.
So 72 hours would be like if we go 24 hours,
Right.
we're gonna
It's
be
like
like
a
maybe it was
right,
because we
exactly.
all was talking during the
Exactly. Maybe
ceasefire.
because
You
we
know,
were
like
cooking
maybe
out.
because they were cooking out instead. Because that's the other piece, is that Baltimore residents will be celebrating life that weekend.
So are you going to give them things to celebrate?
So this is not about us. We're not an
This is-
organization. We're not a nonprofit. It is literally just a group of people trying to get a bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger group of people. Baltimoreans and people who love Baltimore. And so what's happening is the goal is just to encourage communities, do whatever you want to do that day. As small as you want to do it, to just bringing your grill outside and cooking out, to as big as you want to do it. People have already let us know that they're going to be throwing events that weekend. And so it's an opportunity for everybody to just do life-affirming things. People need a break. The shooters need a break. And we've been talking to people who are involved in a certain kind of lifestyle, and they kind of, like, some people, of course, laugh at it, but they like, you're right, if we don't try something, I mean, we know people are going to get killed. But then also, we've heard a lot of people go, you know what, like, it'll be nice to not have to worry about my crew that weekend. If I know everybody just chilling.
Right.
That might be all right, you know what I mean? And
so just to have somebody to feed into it in that manner, I think is already a positive step. Because, I mean, 72 hours can become 5 days.
That's
if
right.
You really,
exactly.
If you really, you know what I'm saying? If you really try.
That's right.
Like, and it's almost to a point where it's like, because we've become immune to it almost as a city, because it's so, like, we're just so used to, okay, if we decide to watch the news, and a lot of us don't because we're tired of hearing about it, but if we decide to watch the news, we're going to be surprised if there wasn't a killing in the city, or at least a shooting. And the thing about it is the rate that you're talking about is just the murder rate. That's not
It's not the shooting rate,
the shooting and all of the other violence that goes on. So
because we don't want nobody to get stabbed that weekend.
Yeah, I was going to
say.
I was going to say, let's just. And I'm glad that y'all went there, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, cease violence.
Yes.
For that weekend. All together.
Oh, damn! You should have been at the first meeting. We had this whole conversation.
We did.
Scar did a flyover. No.
Right.
For all the little pictures of
but I mean,
things.
it's just. I mean, because I'm born and raised in the city, and I've seen it at a time where it's been at its best, and I've seen it at a time where it's been at its worst. And at the time, and I mean, even its best wasn't as good as it could have been.
Right.
But there was a time when, like, literally, we felt safe
in at least certain places
in the community. And me, I was one of those knuckleheads when I was growing up that I felt like I could go in any part of the city by myself, and I felt safe enough to do it, even though I knew that at times it could be dangerous. But
that mean Howard G really was not taking your lunch money.
No,
he really was.
He was not.
Howard G couldn't catch me to get my lunch money if he wanted it. But I can't think of, like, exactly what the years were, but there was just a time I remember coming up in the city,
the 80s,
where we could just, like, literally
early
go
80s.
it had to be the early 80s. And just, you know what I'm saying, you could, like, I had a part of my family that lived Emerson and Bentlow and up and down that area. So it was safe to be out running up and down Emerson Avenue and just having fun in the summertime.
Yeah.
And our parents felt safe that we could be out there and running up and down.
They made us go out there.
Right. And and we need to get back to a point where we feel safe that at least our kids can go outside.
Right. The streets had a code. They had
in front of our house. And play. And as a man who's raised 2 children, one of them being a young black man, even to this day, I still have that thought in the back of my mind, even though I have faith that he's going to be okay, because I believe I've raised him to, you know, to do certain things the right way and to not be involved in things. But once they're out there, you don't know what they're involved in, and you just don't know the wrong place,
and things just pop off randomly. And the thing is, it's not just like, so absolutely we need to be in the trenches. So we're gonna, as an organizing team, our job is just to make sure that we're telling people, organize your crew, your organization, be in the communities where you are. We got flyers we can give you, posters you can put up everywhere. We're organizing outreach events. We did one last Friday at Mondawmin. That was fun. We almost ran out of 3,000 flyers. Just handing them to people and talking to people about it. But the important thing, one important thing is, it's not just about the people you think, you know, that's in the street life, because people are getting killed in random arguments.
Right. All
the time. And so, you know, that's the thing about people, nobody feeling safe right now, is that it's not even like, oh, my child not in the street life, so they safe. They could get into an argument on a bus stop. They can't catch a stray bullet from somewhere that wasn't even for them. And so it's just, we just want people to be, all of Baltimore wants us to be accountable to each other. Like, can we just make this commitment?
Right, can we win?
Said it.
Right.
Not because the mayor called it or the police commissioner. They ain't had nothing to do with it. Because Baltimore said, we agree with one another. We are just going to chill that weekend and do fun stuff. And that's it.
And I think that there's enough people in the city that are like-minded.
That want that.
And I'm just praying that they can reach out to one person that's not like-minded and change their mind and be like, yo, just stay in the house for...
Right. If the beef that says keep your ass in the house for real. Netflix and chill with somebody.
She said Netflix and chill with somebody.
People don't realize that each time we injure and or kill or murder one of our own people, one of your own race, that's a win for the other side. So we together govern ourselves. That's how it's supposed to be. We're supposed to be our own community and take care of our own people and give the money back to our own communities and make sure our children are safe and make sure our children aren't the reason that our children aren't safe. Right. So, we can't say that our kids act like we raised them all the time and at what age that comes back. Because if you're always talking, they can't hear. Right. So they start hearing you after they're out of your space.
That's right.
So you pray for your children. You pray that your kids still hear you even when you're not there. Is black on black a crime if they never solved the crime? So if we stop killing ourselves, we can really take a look at what's going on out there. How can we say it's black on black if we didn't solve it? So you can look at all the options. And back in the day, the streets had a code, and we adhered to the code. No children, no babies, no people that's not involved
no women
in what the situation
no
is, right? No kids.
No, right, no
Sundays.
That's right.
No in front of the church.
Well, also, liquor stores weren't open on Sunday.
Right. So that's a reminder of those days too.
On a Sunday, coming out of church.
Right.
I always had an attitude with somebody that got shot that had nothing to do with the situation. And that's the worst.
And I hate to sound mean, for the lack of a better word, but that's the thing.
You got such a nice face, but go ahead and say it.
That always ticks me off. It's like, if you're gonna shoot, learn how to shoot.
Right.
Like the so many, and you're right. So many of the victims
bystanders
are just, and most of them are kids.
Yes.
And like, that's the thing that bothers me the most about it. And when last year when we were out with Keston Dakota and Teresa Davis up at Drew Hill Park doing the Us Killing Us video, they had the families of victims, of murder victims out there, and basically they brought them out with a picture and let them tell the story. And the one thing that a guy said will probably stick with me forever. He said, the person that's pulling that trigger doesn't realize that not only are they affecting the life of the person, but they're affecting their own lives, and they're affecting the lives of the people that they are leaving behind.
Yeah.
And people just don't
think about it.
If they could
That's
just
exactly
take,
why I'm here. That exact reason right there. A lot of us have family members that are victims of violence and have somebody close to them that has been murdered. Mm-hmm. And I have a lot of little cousins that are now without their fathers. And if we could just get that word out alone, that let's think a little further than that beef in that moment, that how angry you are in that moment, and think about what happens to these kids that have to grow up without their fathers. I mean, it's too much. If they could just think about that for a second, it would change some things. But how do we get them to even think about that? But that's exactly why I'm here, just for them to stop for a second, do something enjoyable, something that celebrates life. Right. And maybe we can all gather then, and that's exactly what we're trying to do. At these events, we have mediation, we have meditation, we have just different life-affirming events.
Yeah, people are doing
while you're there, maybe you'll decide, I want to do X, Y, Z. I don't know anything. Life-affirming. If they just think a little bit past that moment. That's it.
And there's a lot of maybe it won't work conversation that
Got
people
that in my
have. And, and something that Ogun says that I think is funny because it's true is, okay, fine, even if you shitting on it, that means you're talking about it.
Right.
And
what have
even
you
if
done
you
for
going,
me
this
lately?
This is dumb. Okay, good, because, people who hate something love talking about how much they hate it.
That's
They
marketing.
will post your flyer and everything. I hate this dumb shit they doing in Baltimore ceasefire. Look at this dumb shit. Thanks for now people going to the page and having a conversation. And so the thing is that even if somebody pulls the trigger that weekend or stabs somebody that weekend, the goal for Baltimore residents is that we shouldn't get to that weekend and there's so many people in Baltimore saying, I ain't even hear that. I didn't even know we were supposed to not be doing violence this weekend. It should be a thing where so many of us are talking about it and flyers and posters are all over Baltimore so much that if you the one, you want to be the asshole.
Dang, yo, if I knew I would have waited till Monday.
That at least it's stirring in your soul.
Right.
That at least you know that you're doing this on a weekend that Baltimore has called sacred.
And I think it's important to understand that it's still Baltimore, so that there's the possibility that something's going to jump off. If something does jump off, that doesn't mean that the project wasn't
successful. Because what I believe in my little naive heart is not doing this would yield a certain percentage that weekend. Yep. Doing it, probably less people are going to lose their life that weekend than would have. Right. Will we ever be able to prove that? Probably not. Right. And I don't know when was the last time we have seen in Baltimore a conversation where it was the trending topic that there is a ceasefire. That's what we want it to be. If these little spinning things and what Kim Kardashian had on and who Rihanna fucking and all of this stuff can be trending topics, can hashtag Baltimore ceasefire be a trending topic? Hashtag Baltimore peace challenge. That because we know it's a challenge, right? It's not an easy thing. My savage mouth and temper, I can pop off. It take me a minute before I calm down and say something. This nub never lost a fight. So I'm just, you know what I mean? Like, I get it. I'm a West Baltimore girl, Bloomingdale and Poplar Grove. It's not my brothers are legendary in the street. My husband is a legendary dude from the street. So it's not like I don't understand and I'm not from a certain club. I choose peace purposely. And it's hard work. Because people be asking for this nub on their throat. Like, just bow. Like, they be asking for it, yo. But if we are thoughtful and purposeful, right, and everybody can, and I know it's harder for some than others, but if everybody's at least talking about it and you the one that spark off that weekend, at least you had a rumbling in your spirit.
You thought about it.
Right, and then add the option, the alternative. So not only is it a ceasefire, this is a weekend for you to plan something for you and yourself and your next door neighbor and your next door neighbor. Plan something fun. So we're going to cease fire and we're going to do something fun.
Go do something.
And that's the important thing. You can't just expect them to just be out on the corner not doing nothing.
So because while
go visit your grandmother. You ain't seen that in God knows when.
Anything.
Right.
Go deliver some food to one of these events.
Right.
Donate some food. Cook something.
Pull all your drug money and buy a bunch of shit for the kids that weekend.
Buy some water balloons.
Water guns and water balloons and whatever.
If the water balloon fight goes down, I will be there. Right. That's my joint right there. I love it, especially if there's some kids involved.
I heard some people talking about like, all right, put on boxing gloves that weekend, set up a ring, and I'm not mad about. I personally don't want to see the boxing, but I'm not mad about people saying let's do something with the aggression in real life.
It's making me want to.
But let's do it with the code. Let's set up. Let's make it fair. Because there absolutely was a time where you could just beat somebody's ass and you wasn't going to get shot later. Because it was respect. Like, okay. It was over. It was over. Fair fight. You got me.
Then go play.
We cool, actually. Right, and now you
go play with the person, right.
I thought y'all was beefing, man.
Yeah, we good.
My ass short. I'm sorry. Fuck him, though. Like, okay. But it's over, So I'm not mad about that. If people want to bring out their boxing gloves and everything. And so people don't have to ask the organizing team, can they do an event? So please don't email. So the email address is bemoreceasefire@gmail.com. The Facebook page is Baltimore Ceasefire. Please don't email that page or inbox that page saying, is it all right if we do this or can we do that? The standard answer is do what you want to do. We are not in charge of what people want to do. Right. Now, when you plan something and decide what you want to do, please send that information to those pages, because what we do is shout outs, like shout out to this organization or this person for accepting the Baltimore Peace Challenge by, and then whatever it was they decided they were going to do. So a lot of people have already been doing a lot of things, like, you know, sending money, ordering posters, going out, doing outreach themselves.
If you pass that information on, we can do the same.
Yes.
Honestly, like you said, there's no reason that we can't have that trending.
That's it.
Right.
It just need to be
That's
trend the hashtag. Make people be like, "What is this Baltimore hashtag?"
Can you re-mention the date again?
It is August 4th through August 6th. So if you just have in your mind, it's the first weekend in August, that Friday through Sunday. Right, and so the Friday is included because we know it would be a kind of punk move to be like, all right, just Saturday and Sunday, knowing that Friday is when a lot of shit pop off. Exactly. So it's like Baltimore coming together to say we have faith in us, that if we add Friday in too and we purposeful on Friday, it's a sacred Friday. We starting it off with some peace.
And at some point, it can be the ceasefire week.
That's right, yeah.
But you gotta
start somewhere.
You gotta start. Gotta start.
So so there, you know, people love to be like, well, so they want people to kill people that Thursday and then that Monday.
Yeah.
Don't be stupid. That's not what everybody is saying.
Where they at?
And it's
you said where they at?
See how easy?
It's so easy. Somebody can catch it so easy. But like, no, that's not. It's not just. And like, why is it all wait till August? Because if everybody in Baltimore, if 5 people in Baltimore are like, oh, let's talk to everybody about a ceasefire, let's do it this weekend, who is going to know?
Right.
Them and 15 other people.
Right.
So you need time. That's how a movement works.
Come up with events.
Baltimore is big. It's a lot of abandoned houses to post those posters on.
Yes, it's a lot of work in these.
Our goal is 630,000 flyers and 30,000 posters, because it's 630,000 people in Baltimore. Okay. So our goal is to put one in everybody's hand. So there's a PayPal where you can send any amount to bemoreceasefire@gmail.com through PayPal. Give any amount to help buy staple guns.
Staples.
It's funny that you said that, because
anything.
The stuff you really need to post stuff up.
I was just sitting here thinking about posting this in my yard on a little thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. Wear it and post it.
No, post it until the day of.
You got laminated person when it rains, you don't want it to get messed up.
Put it in your back car window. Yeah.
Also, the Hyatt Regency in the Harbor. Okay, so I just happened to be Ubering one day, right? And because the challenge is tell 3 people a day that you don't know, right? Who you haven't told already. So I'm Ubering, and this white lady gets in the car, and she's like, "Oh, I'm just going to work," and she says, "Oh, I work at the Hyatt," and I'm like, "Oh, I took my kids to the Hyatt for Christmas. I love Baltimore." She's like, "Oh, you should be an ambassador for Baltimore." I was like, "Oh, you know how much we all love Baltimore? There's this ceasefire, right?" So I started talking about everybody getting together for the ceasefire, and she was like, "Here's my card. I'm actually the general manager of the Hyatt."
Nice.
Right? She didn't get in the car with that. No. She just was going to work. Turns out she's the general manager. So she sees that there's a party on July 29th, by the way. That is, what is it? It's a fundraiser. And so it's at the Bamboo. Is that the name of it? It's at the Bamboo.
Oh, for ceasefire. Shout out to Dirk Bowden.
It's Dirk Bowden, that's right.
Party girl to all the party people.
He's throwing a house party, and he is giving some of the proceeds. That's right. He's giving some of the proceeds to the Baltimore ceasefire and to Breathe Shore Children's Project, I think it's called. So those are the 2 things that the money is going to. So anyway, she sees that this flyer went out about the party. And so she responds and is like, "I can't make it to the party, but can we give gift certificates?" The Hyatt has given like thousands of dollars worth of gift certificates for 2-night stays in their hotel that include lunch, dinner, and breakfast. Like they each include lunch or dinner or breakfast. So each gift certificate is worth $478, and we raffling them for $3. So if you go to the Baltimore Ceasefire page, right. So now everybody need to run to the Baltimore Ceasefire page, scroll down that joint, and look at the raffle.
buy a
Because
lot
the
of
tickets
raffles.
are only It's only a $3.
Right. Then you
It's
take your ticket and you give it to somebody
And you can-
on August the 4th to get them off the streets. Do you know
Ooh,
somebody you
that's
don't trust?
That's
He's like, let me
Gun,
take
go
you
make a
off the
baby.
street.
That's nice. Because the gift certificate doesn't run out until July 20th, 2018. So
Okay.
when
Yeah,
people,
the whole
so
year.
however many $3 you pay, that's how many times your name is entered in the raffle.
Yeah, that's what I want. And just to reiterate what she said, shouts out to Dirk Bowden. Now, that's
Yes.
next Thursday, July the 29th, at the Bamboo. That's on Franklin Town?
It is Franklin Town.
It is Franklin
Yeah.
Town Road. Me, the OPG, will definitely be in the house with a lot of my house friends and family. Our goal for that evening is to get 200 people.
200 people, that's
200
right.
people at that fundraising event. Even if you can't stay or you want to get a ticket and don't go, put your money where your mouth is, okay?
Yeah.
So that, again, is next Thursday at the Bamboo. You can check me out on my page as well.
Nice.
For information. Small world, small world.
Name is
Alright.
everywhere.
Small world.
I'm on that.
Small
All right,
world.
so Erica is actually going to be coming back with us in a couple of weeks to give us some updates because there's going to
That's
be
right.
some more corporations and
Absolutely.
the like that
and
are
more
going to be
people
chiming in.
involved.
Community meeting
Really,
coming
we
up.
need-
Oh, yes, please
Next
say
Monday.
Yeah,
Next Monday,
next
7
Monday.
to 9 at the Community Mediation Center, 3333 Greenmount.
Greenmount Avenue.
Yep.
That's
Sounds
right.
familiar.
Yes.
That sounds familiar. Okay, and that's open to
Everybody.
that's open to the public.
Brainstorming.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
Check the website.
It could be
the page
big.
though, so
Yeah.
you can understand exactly what we're trying to do.
Okay.
and it's a lot of work. So
Oh,
help
yes.
is help.
Yes.
Yes.
If you can do
And all
something
help
this
is
big,
welcome.
right, it doesn't matter
Yeah.
what you can do.
Because
So-
you're not helping us. We call the
You're
ceasefire.
helping
You
us.
call the ceasefire.
You're
So you
helping
come
us.
into the meeting and say, because I called the ceasefire, here's what I'm going to be doing to make sure it's successful. Here's what I'm doing to take the peace challenge. Yeah.
That's dope.
I'm gonna take my 5 nephews to the park on the
Yeah.
swings
Yeah.
for
And
an
we
hour.
really are looking for some youth. Like, it's a lot of grown-ups talking about,
Yes.
oh, we need a ceasefire. We want to see some youth at that meeting on Monday. So if you got some youth,
Bring
you
your
know
nephews, the football teams,
right.
the baseball teams. Bring
Yeah.
them.
Go
Yeah,
get some of
yeah,
them.
the
Go get some of them
14-year-olds.
squeegee kids off the corner.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yes.
Absolutely.
Because their thoughts and ideas about how to reach people their age to be like, hey,
Right.
what does it
Right.
look like to spread this message among your peers?
Right.
They got to be doing that.
How do we
Because
get them to attend?
they're
the
calling the
events? They
ceasefire
have to be
too.
present.
Absolutely.
Bring your kids.
When the
Yeah.
last time you've been proud of yourself?
Yeah.
Share that.
Doing something with this should make you proud of yourself.
Absolutely.
Self-empowerment is really what it's all about. That and a lot of the murder in Baltimore has to do with hopelessness and desperation and people feeling powerless. And
Right.
because America teaches that violence is power on every level, then when people feel powerless, they automatically, I gotta have power over. I gotta control somebody else. So you're looking for power outside of yourself. And there's nothing greater than taking somebody's life that make you feel like in that moment you had power over that person.
See, that's the-
Right?
I
And
know.
so if you are doing something else, if you're channeling that energy in a different way to determine for yourself, you're gonna not take a life that weekend. You're gonna ignore somebody that deserves to get punched in their face. You're just not
Right.
gonna do it this weekend. Like,
Not
that's
this
self-determination. That's standing in your power too. Because how much work does it take for you for real not to cut somebody out?
Right.
It's hard.
That's
so
serious.
do it.
That's the bigger person.
Yes.
Can you stand the rain?
Just for 72
For
hours.
72 hours. And keeping in mind, they catch criminals.
No, it
All these crimes aren't unsolved. So don't do something that's going to affect your life for the rest of your life. If you go knock somebody or take somebody out, you
that's-
still, even if you think you got away with it, you
Yeah.
have to react because now you got to watch your back.
And you gotta live with
And that's
it.
worse.
And
That's
that's the-
cancer
And most
stress.
of these murders are retaliation.
Yes,
Yeah.
you gonna end up on the next T-shirt.
Yeah.
Your
Right.
face is gonna,
It's
and you
inevitable.
know it.
It's
Baltimore
exciting.
is a death penalty city.
The balloons
Yeah.
and the teddy bears will be for
Yes.
you.
Right.
Yes,
Right. You
there
might
is
as
a
well go make
balloon, a
yours.
pole on, and that's the tragedy. It's a tragedy all around. It's not just the person who got killed and their loved ones, but the person who commits the crime.
You
all
out.
of their
It's the
family and
same
their loved
different
ones
death.
are going through
Yeah, you
that
got
same
to.
kind of pain when that person goes to jail. So
Yes.
it's a tragedy all around. We are traumatized by it in this time, though.
You two are blood sisters.
We are not related at all. We look
not
like
related. Okay.
it's the cheekbones and the
Well, I know
chinky
that-
eyes.
Yeah, so if no one's told you lately, and I know they have because you travel in those circles, but what you two ladies do, and some of the ladies that you're affiliated with, I commend you on behalf of
Thank
other
you.
queens. You all are
Yes.
stepping up, taking the lead. You being real honest. Like, we can't do this by ourselves. And we shouldn't have to, because
It's
it's
not
your
about
family and
us.
friends as well.
That's right.
So thanks for bringing the message. Thanks for always being a positive
Absolutely.
voice in someone's ear. That's
Especially
both
E1,
have
that
that
she be
in common.
everywhere.
Thank
She be all, and then she, but that's why we need to empower people. So
Yes,
you
and
have all
and that's the thing is I recognize that like I got the whole E Wonder thing going, but it's not. It can't be about me. It's not about me. It's about everybody.
And she wonder. But yeah, he will be back with us in a couple of weeks. Like I said, it's going to be a follow up and also announcements of stuff that has happened since then. So we're definitely looking forward to it. I commend you and everything that you're doing. Still love the stuff that you're doing with mediation and everything. All of that is just, I just love you guys for what you do. So let's give it up for Jakia and Erica. Ellen will be here the next time. I had that stuff all wrong.
It's okay.
Yeah, it is what it is. We got the cool kids,
Cool kids
in the house. Up next, man, I want to thank my girl Taylor King. I'm just going to call her Zenobia because that's just...
That is
You
so
gonna call her
messed up.
Taylor,
She just Zenobia.
Queen Taylor.
Zenobia. Yeah, she
She
the
just
same.
typecasted her for the rest of her life.
Right.
She just Zenobia.
That's it.
That's what it is. And my man Howard G, who came through with us also, man.
Kiss my butt.
Thanks to everybody that hit us up and tuned in on Facebook Live, man. Thanks to Diamond K for holding us down with the old school, real hip hop. The real hip hop tonight. All I needed him to do was put his sunglasses on, and it would have been. Shout out to my man Jay McGraw, wherever you are.
Where's my mogul?
Hey, bro, you better
Mogul
holler at somebody.
down.
And like I said, real quick, on Saturday, catch me at 11 o'clock on Must Be the Music Radio. I'll have that information online. At 6 o'clock, I'll be out in Essex for a video shoot with Street James Entertainment. Saturday night, God, I forgot the name already. Billy Live and them. Billy Live and them. Gonna be down at Otto Bar.
Yeah. No.
Wisdom Court, bam, Wisdom Court Entertainment. They putting on a big summer jam. It's like 59 acts down there. So come and
So
check
you
it out.
don't want me to do that, but I can say V Lounge right after this at 9 o'clock around the corner, Maryland Avenue, and I can say June the 29th, next Thursday at the Bamboo.
And proceeds go to the Baltimore ceasefire. With that said, we're going to hang this up, man. We'll be back time next week. I don't know who we have on. It doesn't matter. Tune in anyway. Yeah, got it.
Hey,
And the
Cool
Baltimore Cool Kids.